Hi Jude, I want to show you how to, now that you have your shapes all together and your lines, if you zoom in you can see how you've got lines crossing over each other, so it's not really ideal for a finished motif that accompanies your logo. So what you need to do is go to, let's see if it works, is say Window and down to Pathfinder. And then if you have a look here, this one here, this will merge everything. So let's see what happens here. And it didn't work. There's a problem with that also because some of your lines don't join. So you need to make sure that first your lines join, and all of them do except for this one up here. So you can simply, with the direct selection tool, click on this point here, hold down the shift key so you're getting a straight vertical line, and it has intersected there. So if I do Control A, all right, the next thing I would do, if you're happy with the thickness of your lines, then I would go Object and Expand. But before you do that, I want to show you choices that you have with the stroke. So if you go to Stroke, you can do rounded edges like that, and rounded corners. You probably don't need that one. Whether or not you want rounded edges, sometimes it's a little bit softer. It doesn't look like it's, cut out. It looks a bit more maybe professional if you've got rounded edges. So I'll leave that up to you, whether you want to make it rounded corners or sharp edges like that. So I'm going to leave it like that. And then Object, Expand. So you just leave both of these ticked. You don't need to do anything except for click on OK. And then what you've got here is now those lines have turned into shapes. And so that's all looking good. Just make sure that none of these lines overlap, or you'll have to go back and fix that up. And then I can go over here to Unite. And now you can see that you actually have a working shape that you can use. So just make sure it's grouped, so Control G. And so now that you have that icon, you can play around with that. The other thing that I mentioned about with your pattern, if you were doing opacity, you could take it down to say 40%. Or because it's just a pattern in the background, it gets a bit lost perhaps with that. So you can, but it does look good. So Control C, Control V. And if you just wanted to do the full color, so take away the gradient, how do we do this? Double click on there. And I'm trying to get rid of this, but it's not working for me. So just take it up like that. And then you should have all of the same color. So there are options for you, and then you can create a pattern with those. I hope that helps. Good luck.